Libya has been the main launchpad for African migrants heading for Europe since the downfall, assisted by NATO countries' bombers, of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. A disintegrated state, Libya shares long and porous borders with some of the continent's poorest and most violent countries, leaving the gates wide open to people smugglers. According to Italy's foreign minister, 10% of Libya's GDP comes from this trafficking, the money going to militias and terrorist groups. This migrant from Niger says using the pathways has become commonplace.
In
a fast car, it's 3 days' ride here from Arlit, depending on the route you take. The main routes are from Mali, Niger and Somalia. They redivide at the Mediterranean Sea, mostly splitting off towards the European coasts of Lampedusa, Sicily and Malta. Libya used to be a destination in its own right for some sort of work, not anymore. Too violent, its economy in tatters, the migrants push on through, like this Gambian.
I'm working in Libya, so I find it very difficult over there. So in terms of working, I find that even to work was very difficult. Then I decided to take the risk and come.
Heavily armed factions battle for control of Libya. On one side, a so-called regular army, led by the highly controversial general Khalifa Haftar, supporting the government in Tobruk. On the other, the Islamist forces Majlis al-Shura and Zuwar de Benghazi. The attempted transition to democracy failed, and two rival governments were established. The Tobruk government is the one recognized internationally, including by Egypt and Saudi Arabia. A rival rebel government in the capital Tripoli does not recognize Tobruk as the sole governing authority. Turnout for elections has reflected a general lack of confidence in the process. The United Nations has tried to reconcile the two governments, proposing that a legislative assembly be based in Tobruk and a senate in Tripoli. Special Envoy Bernardino Leon's efforts have not so far borne fruit. Joining this chaos are Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb and, more recently, the self-proclaimed Islamic State movement, who have claimed authorship of a series of attacks against embassies in Tripoli.